Star Wars Battlefront. One of my biggest problems about this game was that it lacked a lot of content. Any reviewer out there is going to tell you the same thing. There's no content, DLC. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're wrong, because Battlefront barely had anything other than some sweet ass graphics that were on fleek, boy.
Abraz on fleek, the fuck?
But that alone cannot hold the game, and I know that, and you know that. So EA and DICE released an Ultimate Edition for the game that has all the DLC and the updates that came along with it. It's going for $40 as of recording this. All the major retails and Microsoft, Xbox Live, PSN, they're going to be also selling it for $40. Now I know what you're thinking, and hear me out. If you waited until now to buy Battlefront, it is the perfect time. Because nowadays, games are never complete when they come out. They have DLC and all their updates that come along after release. And Battlefront isn't any different. Come on, you know this. All other games do the same thing.
Come on. Come on. Oh, come on.
And I felt pretty bad to hear that Battlefront was getting so much shit because it didn't have as much content. But the gameplay was fun. First person and third person shooting was also very fun. And it did feel like an arcade game, but that's why Battlefront exists. You can go play your Overwatch, your Call of Duties, your Battlefields. But what if you just want to unwind? You just want to relax and try to pound some fucking noobs. And this is the game for you. One of the first additions to the game was Skirmish. And it sucked ass. It was going to be like Star Wars Battlefront's instant action, but fell off the mark so bad. Walker Assault and Fighter Squadron with AI bots, and that's it. You can't really change anything else other than difficulty, and I think that's just this is bull. Okay, moving on to map additions. If you waited a few months after you bought the game, the Jakku DLC was released. It was an attempt to tie in the Force Awakening movie with this game. As one of the first maps that came out, I like this map. It kind of felt like Tatooine, but more sandy.
I don't like sand.
For the bigger map modes like Walker Assault and Supremacy, there is 2 new maps added. If you ever wanted to know what Hoth felt like at night, then you'll like this map. During the game, there's a winter storm that minimizes visibility that I think is pretty cool. You can't get that on Endor. I think my only gripe about this map is that it's kind of your generic big map. And like you could be walking around and minding your own business and you're f***ing dead.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
And you barely did anything. You walked around and then you got shot from a sniper far away. And you're just like, well, fuck you, because you're a camping asshole. The last new map is Survivors on Endor. And I don't really know how I feel about this map. I don't really remember in the original trilogy that Endor was on fire when they were battling. I mean, other than that, it's just Endor on fire. Either you like it or you hate it, but I think it looks pretty fucking cool.
The burning really reminds me of the fire and hatred I have in my heart for all living things.
If you play single player, and no one apparently plays single player because there is no single player.
Where the fuck are you?
There was a mission on Raiders Camp that was added to the multiplayer side. Boy, if you like Tusken Raiders, this is the map for you. You don't see them on the map though, only on the cliffs. But hey, the fun fucking map. That's about it for new maps. There's also this one thing that I don't understand about this game. If you go to the main menu, all the original maps are stored away into like an original playlist, but all the DLC has its own playlist. So all the new maps have modes in that DLC playlist that you cannot play in another map. So for example, if you wanted to play Extraction on a map that was on the original playlist, you cannot do that. Only the maps and modes in a singular DLC is going to be playable in that particular playlist. I guess it's kind of good because if you didn't buy the DLC and the only playlist you have is the original, then you're only gonna play with those people, except for the ones that have the heroes that came along with the DLC. So in a way, it is kind of good, but in another way, why can't we all have every mode and every map into one menu? But then again, that would
Fuck this shit.
The last thing I want to talk about before I get into the DLC are the star cards. Jabba's contracts was another addition to the game that made you do objectives to get a particular star card or a weapon. Either you had to kill X amount of enemies with a certain blaster or whatever. I don't really like this because I just want my weapon. I just want to unlock my weapon with the credits I have, and I don't want to do the stupid Jabba stupid contracts because you're a fat piece of shit. Look at all these new guns. Some of the guns were nerfed since release. Like the bowcaster, you can fucking forget it. Han Solo's gun, that's also nerfed, which obviously it was gonna get nerfed. If you bought the deluxe editions, literally go fuck yourself because you had the better gun, and I had to grind all the way to level 50 to get that gun. But now that I went and unlocked this gun, now it was nerfed. It was nerfed, and I'm just like, okay, what was the point of that, EA? Other than the fact that you wanted people to get the deluxe edition for $10 more, so you can suck this. I'm losing it. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, there's the AR mission. As far as I know, that's all the new additions added to the original game. Let's look at the DLC. Out of all the DLC, I feel like this one should have been in the game. I have a personal hate because of that. Our two new heroes are Greedo and 9-Up. They're not even new. You can buy those heads in the Rebellion skin. And they suck. At least for me, I can't play the shit out of these for my life. And at release, we had 4 planets. We had Sullust, Tatooine, Hoth, and Endor. And I guess a fifth. I guess a fifth planet, Jakku, if you counted that. So what new maps did we get? We got Jabba's Palace on Tatooine and a factory on Sullust. No! The only good thing about this is that we got Extraction, but that alone does not sell me on this DLC. And if you bought this DLC separately, I feel so sorry for you because it was a waste. It's a waste of a DLC season spot and a waste of my time! I spent this whole time trying to encourage people to buy this game, but as I continue to do this, I get angrier and angrier at EA for releasing such a fucking game. I should start being more serious. Alright, on to DLC 2. Bespin expansion is hands down my fave. It introduces sabotage, where the rebels are trying to destroy these gas containers, and the Empire is like, nah fam. New heroes Lando and Dengar are also added. There are some new star cards and weapons as usual. Remember when Luke and Vader had their lightsaber battle in the carbon freezing chamber? Or when they walked through that cool little cylinder tunnel with all the pretty lights? There are 5 new maps added overall, and it looks spicy boy AF. The Death Star DLC is pretty lit too though. Battle Station is a new mode in this one, and finally adds the space combat that us fans wanted since day one. Battle Station has 3 stages that players must play through to either win or lose the game. After a space battle, if the rebels succeed in destroying the Star Destroyer, they enter stage 2, which is escorting R2-D2 back to their ship, and thus, the Empire is tasked with preventing this from happening. The inside of the Death Star looks great. It's just like the movies. Bounty Hunter Bossk and Chewbacca are added as playable heroes. So adorable. I just can't. He's so walking garbage. The last stage in Battle Station takes place in the trenches of the Death Star. The X-Wings are tasked with navigating through these trenches in order to reach the exhaust port. Meanwhile, the Imperial ships are trying to blast down the Rebel ships who are assigned these roles. See, now I'm not a big fan of starship battles, but even I can say that I have a blast navigating through space and the trenches to launch those torpedoes into the exhaust ports. All these maps and modes that comes with the expansion are a lot of fun and provide a whole different experience for players. I only see good things so far, and we're not even to the last DLC. We got Scarab from the Rogue One movie, and I really enjoyed the movie, and being able to play in the planet brought me nothing but happy feels. Especially since you know what happens in the movie. It's so sad. The new mode here is Infiltration, and like Battle Station from the Death Star expansion, this mode has 3 stages as well. The first stage requires the rebels to transport a U-Wing from their fleet into the planet through the guarded planetary gate. Stage 2 involves planting charges onto the Imperial ships to cause a distraction for the Empire to kinda like scatter their forces. The last stage though is arguably the best. After you have the plans, you gotta fight your way back to the ship. This is where the chaos happens. It feels like a one-sided cargo match, since you're trying to prevent them from reaching your base. Because if they get back to their side with the plans, then it's game over and the rebels win. Dude, I swear, don't by me. Jin Urso and Orson Krennic are the heroes in the expansion. The gun wielded by Krennic is my favorite. I mean, like, it's a revolver, so it has that cool factor already.
No one will deny me my rightful place.
So it's pretty clear to me that a game like Battlefront had high hopes from gamers upon release, and with good reason. The hype was real, and we didn't get a proper sequel to the Battlefront series in 10 years. It sucks that EA felt the need to release such an unfinished game, but after a year of content additions and the DLC, Battlefront has become the game I expected to get when I first booted it up back in 2015. The way I see it, we have another year-ish until the next Battlefront is released. So if you're looking for the right time to buy Star Wars Battlefront, I recommend getting it right now. Buy the Ultimate Edition. We got about a few more months until the next one is released, so might as well play Battlefront until then.